Democratic Alliance's visit to the AmaZulu King in Ulundi. This follows the death of their Chief Whip in uMngeni municipality, who was gunned down last night. Newzroom Afrika's Ndlovu is standing by. Ndando, to tell us what more we know and whether that visit by the Democratic Alliance will still be going on.
Well, good day to you, Tutuzile, and our viewers at home. Well, the visit is still happening as we are coming to you live from the old legislature here in Ulundi, where members of the Democratic Alliance, despite being in mourning following the tragic loss of their Chief Whip, Mr. Nhlalayenza Ndlovu, who was gunned down at his home late last night, as you alluded to that fact on your intro. But the visit is continuing as it had been planned. But right now, to tell us more of any other developments regarding to the murder of Mr. Ndlovu, we are now joined by the DA's KZN leader, Francois Rogers. Mr. Rogers, thank you very much for your time. It's not a good morning for you following the news that you slept on yesterday, the tragic passing of your Chief Whip. The issue of political killings, political intolerance in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, as the DA, how are you viewing it?
Well, of course, it is indeed a very sad day. You know, when somebody like Councillor Ndlovu is brutally murdered in front of his family, it really feels one feeling desperate. This is why for some time now we've been calling that political leaders in the province sit round a table and have a dialogue. You know, we've got the Morani Commission report, which has got resolutions. None of those resolutions have actually been implemented. So the reason we've continued with our meeting with His Majesty the King today is to highlight exactly the challenges that we have. The political killings and the killings of traditional leaders. So that will be one of the topics that I would like to engage the King on today. But our heartfelt condolences go out to Nhlalayenza, his wife, children and the family on the tragic killing.
Any updates, any leads of who might have been involved? Are there any standing intra or interpolitical issues that you were aware of as the leader of the DA?
Look, at this stage, I don't want to speculate. I think SAPs have a responsibility now. I'm also led to believe that today the special task team that deals with political killings is also on the ground, so it would be wrong of me to speculate. What I can say is what's come to light is there's been some unhappiness about disconnections of people who are using electricity illegally. And of course that's something that hopefully over time we can determine whether that in fact was the cause of the dreadful killing.
We are leading up to next year's elections. You are one member down. Any fears? Because it seems like this is an ongoing trend where traditional leaders and political leaders, are assassinated. As the DA, you'll be hitting the ground running, campaigning. Do you feel disadvantaged at this moment?
Look, obviously there's a lot of fear amongst our members, but I think it's important to remember that good will always triumph over evil. And I think in order for democracy to take its roots into our community, into our politicians, into our traditional leaders, we need to continue this journey. And we need to strengthen and unify those people who believe in a free and fair society. So I think it's up to us politicians to take charge and ensure that we deal with this scourge.
Finally, SALCA, will you be approaching SALCA to implement the Morani Commission resolutions and the report regarding the killing of our political leaders?
Well, indeed. I think SALCA plays a role, but so do leaders of political parties. You know, leaders of political parties need to stand up. And we don't need to fear sitting around a table, identifying what the challenges are, and implementing those resolutions so that we can avoid this. So it's a whole of society approach that needs to deal with. I think SALGA will form a part of it, but there are other political structures, legislative structures that also need to play its role.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you very much.
Well, that is the DA leader in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, Francois Rogers, registering his, hurt at the loss of their chief whip. They are saying, they are suspecting, they are not certain that what might have opened a kind of worms was the disconnection of illegal electricity connections in and around uMngeni. He is saying that they are hoping that political leaders will come, sit together, and resolve their differences ahead of next year's elections. He's saying they will also, the part of political killings will also form part of their discussions with His Majesty King MisuZulu kaZwelithini, whom they will be meeting any moment from now, as their meeting was scheduled for 12 o'clock. So we'll keep you updated on the developments of that meeting, but as things stand, it's back to you in studio.
Ndando Mnyandu, thank you very much for that report. Let's